Hey everybody, welcome to another round of Canje Plays as we continue our playthrough for Mission 3 of Maximum Apocalypse as we get into Mission 3, Find the Cure. So a little bit of an update. Last night I worked a little, as I was working on the campaign for this, it struck me. I said, this would be a fantastic legacy game. So I think I'm gonna, depending on how this shakes out and how this builds out in my mind, I might actually make a homebrew legacy game for this, so people can download it, print it out, and play it at your leisure. But it has all the elements of a really great legacy game that can be played, and just need to figure out how to do it. But there's a lot of work that goes into this stuff, and I know I got the bug to, since I've been doing the Marvel United homebrew stuff, that I got the bug to dive into this. But I think this game deserves it. It is so fantastic, and it's a really great creation that Mike and Rock Manor Games made. So let's get into Mission 3, Find the Cure. Before I begin, I just want to say thank you to my patrons, YouTube subscribers, and if you're neither, just coming in to hang out, thank you and welcome as well. Let's see how this shakes down. Mission 3, Find the Cure. The scientist needs some additional materials and a lab where he can work on a cure. You've heard that a nearby hospital has been left relatively undamaged and should have the equipment he needs. He also needs you to find some basic chemicals and will need some vials to develop and store the serum. Mission setup. Remove the boss cards and shuffle the remaining zombie monster cards together to create the monster deck. Place objective A at least 4 spaces away from the van, and pick a player to equip the scientist. The scientist must be equipped at all times but can be exchanged by players on the same space like any other scavenge card. R. Mission objectives. Escort the scientist to the hospital. Recover vials and syringes from the serum for the serum on star A that you see up here in the corner, and find 2 medical supplies and 2 antidotes and deliver them to the hospital, and develop the cure, which is B. So we'll have to discover B, but when we get to objective A, we'll deal with this, and when we get to objective B, we'll deal with that. But that's it. We don't have to find fuel to get back to the van. It's just find the cure and see what happens next. I think this game is going to be a lot of fun, so let's go ahead and dive in. Okay, so we are ready to go. We have our lovely board set up, everything shuffled and ready to go. There was no example of how to lay this out, so I just laid it out, and I chose 1, 2, 3, 4 columns away from where our starting van is to where to put star A, and it could fall in any one of these 4, which is perfectly fine. So I put it up here at the top for us to deal with, and this is going to be the beginning of kind of the true full play of the original game as it comes in. What I mean by that is usually when you start off play, what I haven't been doing on purpose is when you start off, you draw one of these zombie cards and you put them in front of you, and they're in front of you to start, and then you have to figure things out. What I am going to do today is, this would be, since it's mission 3, it would be your first play of rules as written for this game, where we will draw our first zombie, put them out there, but we also have a new item taking up our inventory. Now we're going to be playing with our hunter again, and remember, we've unlocked the scientist. We will unlock another character once we complete the scenario, so we can see what that sets out to do. Our hunter, of course, 24 health, 9 sneak, and her lovely recon ability is revealing cards. I'm still keeping with the action tokens because those worked really well last time, and we're going to see how it sets out. So let's take a look at our science card, draw our 4 cards, and see how this is all going to set up. Then we'll draw our monster. I'll reveal all that on the card cam. Let's dive in. Okay, our scientist card, it will take up 1 space in our inventory. This is something that we don't have to look for. This is just a card that's in our possession. And he has a passive that says you cannot sneak past monster tokens while this card is equipped, and must draw monsters as they are encountered. So that is just something we have to deal with now. No more sneaky, none of that good stuff. Our starting cards are going to be a machete that comes out with short range action, deal 3 damage to a target. We're also going to have headshot. Remember, that's the one that if you play solo rules, they say change long range to mid range and cut those and cut the damage in half. but in this case, long range to me just takes out a. I mean, it would be really cool to use, but long range takes out an adjacent target that is a zombie token for how I'm playing the scenario. We have our cover of night where we can just kind of get some scavenge cards, and finally we have our crossbow, which does some really great damage in mid-range, which is near short and mid-range. All right, our scientist has to be equipped to us. He will take up 1 slot in our 6, knocking us down to 5. And then we have to deal with our starting zombie as we pull up. That's going to be sitting, looking at us dead in our face on how things are going to be set up. And we're going to draw our first zombie, which is a zombie dog. That is going to be the thing engaged with us. As soon as the van pulls up, we need to get to the hospital. We got to an infested area, and we got to deal with zombies. So this is kind of how a game setup goes for you to start, and that's perfectly fine. We start at the regular time. More of this will be revealed as we uncover our lovely story that we're going forward, and all the decks have been shuffled, so we're ready to go. Okay, so for our first action, we're going to put down the machete, and for our other 2 actions, we're going to kill that zombie dog. So that's going to be 6 damage with the machete. Putting it down, stabby stabby on the puppy. And that's going to be it. Our last action, we're going to choose to recon. So we're going to recon those 2 tiles to see what it displays. Let's check it out. Okay, the tile to the south, what's it going to be? It's going to be a gas station. We would have gotten a free scavenge action on red, because remember, we need to find antidotes and we need to find health bits. So we have to go through the red deck to find that stuff. Hopefully we can, but this one is the first one that is revealed. Our deck in the north is going to reveal a river, so if we move into that space, we need to be able to pass this test, or we can't cross the river. All right, so that is going to be the end of our actions. We had our first play to put the machete down and chop up the dog, and then the second to do that's 1, 2, 3, and then the fourth to do the recon, which will end our turn. No zombies are in play against us, so all we're going to do is increase our hunger, and then we're going to start the new time. So we're going to take these dice, give it a roll, and see what we come up with. We got a 5, so there we go. We will tick that time. I did make a mistake. I'll put it down in the Klingon subtitles, is that also true starting of the game is you're supposed to roll to spawn before we begin all the fun. So I did miss that. So I'll do just an extra roll to make sure that, we got that right. So that's a 6, 7, 8. So no 8s. So we're okay too. There we go. Not a problem. Everything's taken care of. We advance the time. We draw a card, another machete, and then we continue. We recoup our lovely 4 actions that we're going to have. We've only got 2 spaces being used, and then we're going to decide what we're going to do. So for me, I'm thinking that we're going to head down here and start looking around. So I'm going to do a move action to move down here to the gas station, and then I'm going to do a search action, and we usually put it over here. So I'm going to do a search action to reveal this card to see what we're going to find. Okay, our red card reveals fuel. Immediately equip it as a free action or discard it. I'll immediately equip it for now. We don't know what we're going to use it for just yet, but just in case, it's a free thing to get. If we get into the rogues camp, we can ditch this and not lose our machete and feel okay about it. Okay, so with the fuel sitting down in our area, we're ready to continue on. So we have 1, 2, 3, and remember our total is 6. I think what we're gonna do is our next action, we're going to do Cover of Night. We're gonna play that Cover of Night card, draw 3 cards from any scavenge deck, and discard 1. So we're gonna draw 3 from the red. Actually, we're gonna go green. 1, I need food. Yes. We don't need to neglect food, so we'll draw our 3, determine which one we're going to get rid of. For our first card, we will discover food. For our second one, more food. And for our third one, an antidote. So we're going to discard this food, keep the antidote, and the big food eat. So remember, we need 2 medical supplies and 2 antidotes. We've got our first antidote that we're going to put over to the side. So we need to find 1 more antidote and 2 medical supplies. But we have 1 action left, because that was 1 action to move, 1 action to scavenge, 1 action to play Cover of Night. And then we're going to do our last action. I'm going to say that we are going to move. we're going to move it. So let's see what we find over here. This is by far one of the worst ideas I've done because we don't know what's under here. It could be, all right, the grocery store. We get a green free scavenge action. So we look at the green card to see what we get. More food, even better. Oh, I'm liking this already. Okay, so we have done our scavenge. We've done our, let's see, we've done our scavenge. We've done a move. We've done a scavenge when we were here, and we played Cover of Night. It's a pretty decent good all turn. No enemies are in play, so we're going to up this to 3, and that is going to end the round. So let's go ahead and get all of our action tokens back, and we should be good to roll and see what's going to happen next. We never know which way the dice will go, so that's a 5. There's no 5 reveals, which is okay. We're going to advance the time by 1. We're going to draw a card, which is a bear trap. Oh, yes. I love the bear traps. So that is going to be great. And then it's going to go back to our turn. So my first action is I'm going to put down that bear trap. So that puts us as 1, 2, 3, 4 of 6. Second action is I think I am going to move here to see what we're going to discover. I'm just going all crazy. I want to get to a space where I can really use recon to its full effect. So I'm going to move here first, and then we'll see what it comes up with. So let's do the move action to move right onto this location. Okay, this location, what does it reveal? It is the forest. Stop. If you move again this turn, draw a monster. Okay, so that's what we drew for there. All right, so let's see. If we move again, we'd have to draw a monster. We really don't want to. So I think what we could do, because it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's let's spend an action to put down our crossbow, because you know I enjoy that so much. We'd have to see about getting all these lovely tokens on here. So many tokens, especially if you have the all-in of the game, like you have everything. You'll get every single token ever made for this game, and it's going to be nuts. But we've got 8 sitting on here, so we built those up, which was that action. We have one more action left that we can do. I'm trying to think of what to do for this action. I don't want to move because I don't want to draw a monster. It could be oh, I know, duh, I'm an idiot. We could recon. The whole purpose I moved there was to recon. So everybody's probably, well, whoever's watching this is screaming at their screens, recon, you fool! So I will go ahead and recon, and I'll recon these 2 to see what we see. All right, let's see what we're checking out. We've got a city street, so if we enter it, we'll draw a monster for the north. Okay, that seems interesting. All right, and for the south, we are dealing with a farm, so that would have been immediately resolve a free scavenge action on green. So we missed that because that's been flipped over, but that's okay. I'm not too bothered by it. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to find the hospital, and then I can go scavenging for my life away for these things. But we've done our 4 actions, 1, 2, 3, 4 for the move, which was good. We're going to take up our hunger to 4. So let's go ahead and take our hunger up to 4. And that will end the turn because there's no monsters in play. So let's see what is spawning for us today. Let's see. We've got an 8. Hey, look, we're on an 8. Par for the course. It's the only 8 on the board. And that's what we... Sure, great. Yeah, fun. Big fun. Yeah, I enjoy it. And so let's deal with what we got. We have oh, I thought this was going to be my buddy with the one to draw another one, but it's just this one. Not too bad for us to fight. It should be a pretty straightforward fight, but we'll see how it sets out. Okay, so that happens. The clock advances. We will gain back our lovely action tokens. And then we will draw a card, which is Survival Instincts. So we're doing okay so far. We're doing okay. We're doing all right. We're okay. We're all right. So what we're going to do to start our actions is we're going to spend 2 to kill this guy. So 3 damage to a target, which put it down to 1 health, and then 1 more damage to kill it. So that zombie walker is through. We have 2 actions left. Our next action, we're actually going to move here. This could be a really bad idea because I want to use my recon as the last action, but it all depends on what we pull over here. So let's see what we're dealing with. Okay, so what are we dealing with? Open field. When we reveal, we draw a monster, and if we end our turn here, we draw another monster. Big fun. Big fun. So our first monster is going to be, oh dear, who's this? The zombie stalker, mid-range. After dealing damage, stalker moves to the weakest player in range, and he hits for 5. That is the... I've never seen this thing. Yikes. And then we have a zombie walk. If you would have drawn another, I'd have been angry, but it is what it is. Let's deal with it. Ooh, this is not a fun time with 1 action left. Well, I tell you what I'm gonna do. We could do, the worst I could do is 8. I could bear trap one of them, but that's 2 damage I'd be avoiding. A total of 7 damage is pretty rough. 5 would be just bad enough. So I'm thinking I'm going to bear trap. I'm thinking I'm going to free action bear trap the 5 damager to kill the zombie walker. It's 1 overkill, but it's 1 less that we have to deal with. Then what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to look to say I'm going to drop the machete 1 more time to deal 3 damage to this guy. I'm going to take 5 damage, but that's probably what needs to happen. And it's not the greatest of things, but it is what it is. So let's go ahead and stick with that as all of our actions. We're done. That was a bad idea. When I end my turn, I have to draw another monster. So let's see what we're dealing with. All right, the other monster we're dealing with is a zombie soldier. Oh, this is getting difficult. Bad decisions have been made. So instead of getting punched for 7, I'm gonna get punched for 9. Yay! So it's gonna be a rough go of it. Oh my gosh. We'll have to see how we're gonna get out of this. All right, well, that's gonna take us straight down to 15 health, because that's what I enjoy doing, right? 15 health? Yes. 15 health. So that knocked us from 24 down to 15. That was a rough go. So that ends their turn. We are then going to tick up to 5, getting in the danger zone, but we should be okay with where food is concerned. So that's going to end the round. Let's go ahead and roll. If you roll a 6, game, you are trying to kill me. Okay, that's an 8. All right, so I was like, if you roll a 6, that would just be so bad. So that's an 8. That goes right there. And then we forward time, we draw a card, which is our bow. Thank goodness for our bow. And then we gain our action tokens back. Okay, so let's see what we can do this round. My action is going to have to be to use the crossbow, and we're going to discard 2 bullets on there for 1 action to do 3 damage to you. 3 damage to you. My second action is probably going to be to do the same thing again, to discard 2 bullets on this one as well, to do 3 damage to you, and another 3 damage to you. All right, and then my final action, well, not final, sorry, 1 more action, discard 2 bullets, spending it here to do, that should be 12 to take you out, and that should be 9 to take you out. And then my last action is I'm going to consume this food for 4, reducing my hunger by 4 down to 1. So that's what's going to get used for that food there. That was not a good feeling that occurred. And I have to draw another monster because I couldn't move. I had to deal with those. I should have moved first. But, oh gosh. We're going to get punched again. I did not think this one through. I saw that zombie stalker and I got so scared. And now we have a zombie spitter who's going to hit us for 2. All right, so the zombie spitter comes out. And I was done with all my actions, so the zombie spitter is going to hit us for 2, taking me to 13. Cool. Then hunger will tick up to 2, and that's going to end the round. I need to get off the spot as soon as possible. This is so bad. So that's another 8. Wow, I'm rolling a lot of 8s today. That was the 3rd time I rolled an 8. Okay, so that ends that. We advance time. We draw a card, which is resourceful. Resourceful is exactly what I need. That is exactly what I need to solve some of my problems. We're going to get these back, because resourceful gets me back my bear trap. So we'll do that and get that back. Okay. So, we are going to spend 2 actions to kill her. We are going to then recon these 2 cards, and we need to get off the spot. So here we go. The card in the south says city streets to draw a monster. Thank goodness we did not move in that direction because that would have been really bad. And the northern card says a river, so we'd have to test to move. Man, these are some bad choices that we have to make. I think I picked the wrong place to move. So we have 1 more action, and I have to move. I can't end here. I don't want to fight another monster. We're just going to blind move and see what we get as we moved on to this tile. So let's see what we're getting at. Okay, this tile will say that we are... Oh, come on, game. Come on. Come on, game. So 2 more monsters because it was our last action and we're revealing. We might die. All right, so let's draw our 2 monsters because not only do we draw a monster for getting there, we're ending our turn here, which means another monster's coming out. This is called From Frying Pan into Fire. We've got a zombie spitter and we've got a zombie soldier. So we're going to get hit for 6 this round. This is not good. All right. So that was my last action. And I'm going to take 6 damage, which is not good. Not good at all. That knocks me down to 7 health. Oh boy. That's the lowest I think I've been in this game. I need to find something. I need to find something. This is so bad. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. All right, we'll have to figure this out. So let's go ahead and do 3. Oh boy, that ends the round. Let's see what we're dealing with. Please don't roll an 8. You've rolled 3 8s. Please stop. Please, please, please. Okay, so that's a 3. So we're gonna get a monster here. And I think that's it. We'll advance the time. We're going to draw a card, resourceful. Okay, we're going to get all our actions back. Oh boy. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to play a resourceful to get my bear trap back. So that comes down into play. That's using resourceful. This is a free action to deal 5 damage to something. So I'm going to deal 5 damage, 3, 4, 5 to you. So that just gets discarded again for using that resourceful. Then I'm going to do my next action, which I'm going to use up my crossbow for the 2 shots. Do 3, which will kill you, and 3 to you. So that'll kill you. My next action is going to be to do the... man. I think I'm going to do... I could move into such worse locations. Let me do a recon action for these 2 to see if those are even better. I don't care if it even says if I miss a scavenge. I gotta get out of here. I can take the 2 damage. I can't take another monster getting drawn. So let's see what we're dealing with. All right, in the south, we've got the gas station. That's probably where we're gonna go. But let's see what the northern one holds. And in the north, we have a tunnel. Oh, this is definitely where we're going. We're going in the tunnel. We're going in the tunnel for sure. All right, so my last action is going to be to move to the tunnel. So we're going to move... actually, no, I'm going to go to the gas station. I'm going to search for some... we're looking for the hospital, right? So... But we need to scavenge. I'll do that. I'll go to the tunnel and then we'll see what we deal with next round. Okay. All right. So that's all my actions. You're gonna punch me for 2, so I'm going down to 5. Ugh, not looking good. Not looking good. Tick up food to 4. Really not looking good, people. All right. So that ends the round, and now I have to roll dice and hope for a miracle. A miracle is a 10. Do we have 10s out? Any 10s? We have 11s, no 10s. Time advances. And then we will draw a card, which is another bow. All right, our hand size is getting kind of full here, but that's where we're going to start. We are going to get all our actions back. First action, we're going to just machete you to death, so you're dead. No more pain, please. Second action, we're going to recon. We're going to recon this and this, because it's not when it's revealed, is when you get into that space you deal with it. So let's see what's to the east. All right, so the eastern tile will resolve a gas station, so a good place to look for some stuff. I might move in here and start snooping around and seeing what we can find. The northern tile will reveal a forest, so we're not going to move into there. Okay, cool. Okay, so Cool, 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 cool. My next action is I'm going to move into this gas station, and then finally I'm going to scavenge. Please, please, I beg you, be something good so I don't die. Oh my gosh, let's see what this is gonna end up being. All right, let's see what it is. All right, so we're just gonna discard that. We don't need it. Okay, so you probably saw my hand just magically appear here. But I will just go ahead and put that there and discard that for where we are. That was the scavenge action, and that's all 4 of our actions. We're all done. So we're going to take up hunger to 5. No monsters punching on us this time. So let's see what we're going to roll here. That's a 5. Awesome. Yep, I said no monsters punching us, and I just lied to you because that's a 5. So we're going to deal with a monster, so let's see what monster we're dealing with. Alright, so this monster is going to be another zombie spitter. Not too bad. Alright, so with our zombie spitter here, sitting in front of us, that was the 5 for the roll. We move forward time. We draw a card, which is a snare. Our hand size is full, so I'm going to ditch... I'm probably going to ditch the machete. No. I will ditch the bow, because I had 2 bows in hand, to make room for that snare. Then it's... so that's our card draw. We're going to get our actions back. I need to find the flashlight so bad. Okay, so we're going to, for the first 2 actions, we're going to short range machete kill this. For our next action, we're going to consume this food for 5, knocking us back down to 1. And then we got to go hunting for more food. We have 1 more action left. Let's recon and see if we could find this hospital. So we're going to deal from the north, then the south, and see what we find. For the northern tile, we found the police station, which would give a free scavenge, so not too bad looking through the blue deck. And for the southern tile, what do we find? The farm, which is a green free scavenge. Lots of free scavenges going away. Okay, so we've revealed those for our last action as part of the recon. We're done. No enemies in play. Roll a bump up to 2. Then we'll determine how we're going to do and see if anything comes out. We rolled a 9, so any place that has a 9, which is the gas station, the grocery store, and I think those are the only places with 9s. Then we're going to advance time and draw a card. Another resourceful, which can get us our bow back if we need it. It can also get us our bear trap back if we need it, which we probably will. So I am going to get my actions back, and we're ready to dance, dance, dance. Okay, so first thing I want to do... Yeah, the hospital's over here for sure. It's not that. But let's go ahead and do let's go ahead and let's go ahead and move. We're gonna move up here for 1 action. We are going to then scavenge in the blue deck for another, so let's see what we find in the blue deck. All right, our blue card is food. Okay, food is good. Food is good. Food is a good thing, so we'll be grateful for that. The food goes into our hand, and I know we are at a full hand capacity, so we need to discard 1 card from our hand. I will discard the headshot. I do not need that because I won't be shooting from a distance. I can't sneak past anywhere, so if I'm going to fight, I'm going to need my bear trap as much as possible to lay that down. So that is our first action. Our second action is let's go ahead and recon and see if that's the hospital. Actually, that's our third action, sorry. But let's see if that's the hospital. Come on, Papa needs a new pair of shoes. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we don't have to do that because we ignore the effect, but at least we know the hospital is not there. Good place for a graveyard on the outskirts of town. Good place for a graveyard. I believe when it comes to objective A, though, it says we have to spend an action to clear it. So we can move into that space without clearing it and be okay. So I think I probably might do that and hope that I don't roll a 5. So let's go ahead and move over here. So yes, we have to spend an action to clear it. So we don't have to clear it right now to deal with whatever's in there. But that is our 4 actions. We're going to be done. Then no monsters are attacking us. We'll take up hunger. And then let's deal with the lovely, lovely consequences of our dice rolls. That is, oh, whew, that's a 7. Okay, so nothing to deal with there. We're okay. Time ticks ahead. Time keeps on slipping into the future. We'll draw a crossbow. 2 forms. We are full hand, so we will discard the crossbow. Actually, yes, we'll discard the crossbow. I know what to do with that. I know what to do to solve that problem. Because I have a resourceful in my hand, I can get that crossbow back. So we'll do that and that. So that's our 4 actions. We're ready to continue playing. So let's go ahead and do... I'm going to do another recon action for this just to see what this is. Waste of it for 1, but I would rather not get punched in the face. Come on, be the hospital. Be the hospital. Bandit camp. That's okay. We can discard the fuel to get away from this and not take any damage. Okay, so the bandit camp is theirs. We revealed it. So we'll spend an action to move into the bandit camp. We will discard a gear, which is fuel. No. We'll discard the crossbow. Why discard the fuel? We'll discard the crossbow. Then we will do... we'll do another recon of this tile here to see what's there. All right, come on, be the hospital, be the hospital, be the shelter. Okay, the shelter's good. The shelter's okay. Okay, so that is the shelter revealed. So our last action is going to be to move on to the shelter. And we're immune to any damage if we started someplace else, which we did. So we're immune to any damage this turn. So I end my turn. No monsters to attack me. Food's going to tick up to 4. Then we're going to roll our dice. If we roll a 2, a monster will get in our face, which we won't like, but that's a 4. So we're going to put monster tokens on 4s, which is the graveyard, monster tokens in the tunnel, and 1 more at the gas station. So that is going to be where they're going to sit, which is fantastic. Then that was that. We take the time. Then we draw a card, which is a backpack. Increasing backpack size isn't a bad thing. Oh boy. I'm going to put the machete. Ditch the machete for that backpack. I'll be able to get them back. It's okay. So that is, then we get all our actions back. I should have just ditched the backpack, but that's okay. I might need the space for what we want to do since the scientist is here. All right, we got to be close to this hospital, right? It's got to be. I mean, come on. We've moved all over this board. The hospital has to be here somewhere. So our first action is going to be to eat this food to reduce this down to 1. So let's just get a little safe to start and see how that ends up, using that as an action for the first one. Second one, we're going to recon. Let's see if we can find this hospital finally. The northern tile from where we are is a bandit camp, so not what we're looking for. These aren't the droids we're looking for. And the tile to the west is going to reveal another tunnel. Okay, all right, so I'm getting scared for the hospital here. Okay, so we've got 2 actions left. Let's do a resourceful action, and we're going to get our crossbow put directly back into play, and it's going to juice up on all its lovely, lovely ammo, because we've got so much killing we need to do that we need all the ammo we can do to do the killing. So there we go. We got that set up. And we have 1 action left. That last action, I am going to move into the tunnel. All right. The hospital's going to be right there. You know that's what's going to happen. So that ends all our actions. Hunger goes up. Let's go ahead and roll. Let's go ahead and roll and see what we're rolling. We roll a 4. So 4 gets rolled, which means we're going to get the zombie here, a zombie here, and a zombie here. And I think that's the only 4. Yes. So time will tick. Boom. All zombies will now move to the left. You can't. You can. You can. You can't. Both of you can, and so can you. And they've all moved, so then we will discard this card as they're just kind of shuffling around the board. We will then draw our lovely card, which is a flame arrow. Flame arrow's great. That will go right into our hand because we have space now, and we will get all of our turn tokens back. Right, the turn tokens are coming back to us. There's 1 more turn token that I can't see. Ah, here it is on resourceful. There we go. Okay, so first action, recon. So let's see if this is our tile. All right, please be the hospital. Please be the thank you. Yes, all the way up top. Okay, we found the hospital. So our second action is going to be to move into a said hospital. And when we move there, we restore 1 health. So we're going to go up to 6. And if we end our turn there, we restore 2. So we are going to, my next action is going to, let's prepare ourselves for what's about to happen. So what we're going to do is we're going to put down, our next action is going to, so we're at 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to put down the flame arrows. And we're going to get 3 fuel on that bad boy. So 3 lovely fuel. And we can reload the fuel with the fuel can if we run out. So we've got some options, right? That's 2, 4, 5, 6. So we're at max. And then finally, for our last action, we are going to scavenge to see what this last tile is, just to open up the whole board. So let's take a look and see what this tile is. The last tile for the entire board is the shopping mall. So that is where it's going to sit. Okay, so the board is fully exposed. Remember, we need to find 1 antidote and 2 medical supplies, and we'll be good. But we end our turn, and when we end our turn here, we gain 2 health, so we go up to 8. Oh yes, I plan to get healed a lot in this location. This will raise our hunger to 3 because we don't have any enemies in front of us. And let's see what we're dealing with on this run. We rolled an 8. Of course, you put 1 right at the shopping mall and destroy my entire plan. So we'll do that. An 8 is here. An 8 is here. All right. Any other 8s? Any other 8s? Nope, that's it. All right. Well, we got to do what we got to do, right? We're going to advance time. We're going to draw a card, which is our bow. Fits in our inventory. We're going to get everything back from what it was. No more recon needs to be used. And first of all, let's go ahead and scavenge. So let's go ahead and scavenge. Okay, our scavenge card is going to be ammunition. Add 4 bullets to any equipped if we have it. And we have space in our inventory for this. All right, so that is that. Our next action is going to be, I really wish there was like another place to do it, but we're going to move over here and draw a zombie and see what we're dealing with. So let's see what we're dealing with. All right, our zombie is going to be a zombie spitter. Not too bad, not too bad. Okay, when the zombie spitter comes out, we have to remove the token because that's what we drew for. And now we have a zombie spitter in our face with 2 actions. Well, to me, I think that the 2 actions could be spent to just hack it to death. So it's dead. And that's why we did that. And that's why we did that. Okay, so that is going to end our turn. This is going to tick up to 4. We need to start finding food. And let's go ahead and roll and see what we're dealing with. Don't roll an 8. Don't roll. Don't you dare. Oh, game. Oh my gosh. I said don't roll an 8. I didn't say roll an 8. Oh my gosh, game. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Well, we rolled an 8, so we're going to be drawing another monster and seeing if it's our friend. All right. Let's see if it's our friend. It's not our friend. It's one of his, but we can take care of that in due time. Okay. So zombie walker's in our face. Well, cool. Let's get our actions back. We got a lot of work to do. So let's get our actions back. And then for my first action, let's do a flame arrow to your face. That's 5 damage. Enjoy that. You're dead. Then we're going to spend our next action to go ahead and search through here. We need to find some food really fast. So let's do that. Okay, let's see what the blue card is. Oh my gosh. This game hates me. It hates me so much. It hates me so much. Awesome sauce. Yep, that's about right. That's about right. Well, let's spend another action on here to deal 5 damage to get rid of you. Awesome. That is not what I wanted to do today. And then I will move back over here to heal 1, going to 9. And end my turn. When I end my turn, I gain 2 health, so that will put me to 11. 11 and 11. Awesome. Awesome. Great game. Great game. Okay, food goes up to 5. This is getting bad. I need to find food. Oh boy. Okay, what do we got? What do we got? We got a 7. No 7s on the board. So we'll take the time 1. And then we'll draw a card, which is a headshot. I don't need it, so that'll be discarded. Then we will gather back and start back our round of turns. Good grief, game. Good grief. Okay, so let's do first. We're going to do a scavenge, so we'll scavenge for red. So let's see what we find. All right, on red we found the flashlight. That is so great. So I think we're almost at capacity. However, what I'll do is I'll discard the bow to be able to add this so I can put it down into play. All right, our first card that we're going to keep is going to be, we've got ammunition. Second one is we're keeping the antidote, ditching the ammunition. Okay, so that was our first action to do that. Our second action is going to be to move over here. Third action is going to be to mill this blue deck. So let's see what we got. So first card is going to be a handgun. And the second card is binoculars, long range, action, reveal and unreveal tile win. I don't need these. I'll hang on to the handgun. Okay, this is not looking good. My last action is going to be to move back to the hospital. So when we move in, we heal 1. And we're ending our turn, so we'll heal 2 more. So we're going to go to 14. Okay, this is the tough part. This is the really, really tough part, because once food ticks up to 6, we actually immediately flip this car over, and we're starting to get hungry, so we're going to take 2 damage, going back down to 12. If we don't find food, we will die. So this could be a failure because of a failure to finding food. So let's go ahead and see what we're dealing with. We've got an 8. So a new monster will pop up over here. Then we'll have an 8 here. There's one more 8, right? It's a 4. And we just scan to see. Here it is. There's the other 8. And then we will tick the time and draw a card. Okay, so we can lower it down by 1 this round at least. So we won't take any damage. I plan on scavenging these entire decks. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to scavenge for 2. So let's see what we're going to find. Our first card is spare parts. Our second card is fuel. Retrieve a card from your discard pile. I think I'm going to do the spare parts. We're going to grab that and see what we get. Okay, so that was our first action. Our second action is to use spare parts to get back, it says a card, so we're going to get back survival instincts. And that's going to be what we get back from that card. And then next action is going to be to use survival instincts immediately to reduce this down to 5, which flips our card back over. And I know you'd be like, well, why do that? Because you're going to flip it over again. But our last action is to use the second survival instincts card. Tick this down to 4. Give us a little bit of time. And that is all of our actions. We ended our turn here, so we're going to heal 2. So we'll heal that damage that we just took. This will go up to 5, and now we got to make things work. So that will end our turn. Let's do this. And we rolled an 11. I believe there's one 11 at the river, and I think that's the only... Nope, there's 11 at the farm. I was wrong. Okay, take the time. Then draw a card. Camouflage, 2, 4, 6, 8. Nope, this has to be discarded. And size is full, so let's go ahead and grab that and this one. Okay, all right. So, first action, let's just continue to dig through, see what we can find. All right. Okay, our first card is ammunition, and our second card is fuel. I would say I would keep the fuel, but then I can't equip it, so I'm actually going to get rid of both because I can't hold either anyway. Okay, that was our action to scavenge that deck. My second action is I'm going to play headshot to kill this guy just straight out. So that'll be that. My third action is going to be to move into the shopping mall. And my fourth action is going to be to scavenge the blue deck. All right, let's see what we find. Oh boy, this is getting rough. Okay, what do we find? A handgun and food. Oh, okay. Hey, any little bit helps. So I will take that food and get rid of the handgun. Okay, that's our 4 actions. So as soon as that happens, no enemies. We have to flip because we went to 6, which will take this down to 12. So we got to try to find more food. If we had a green close by, that would be super helpful, but the greens are so far. We could take the tunnel to get here and then have some options over here, but that healing is what's actually, it's inconsequential at this point, isn't it? So let's see if maybe we need to go do that. So I rolled an 8. So I'm at an 8. Nope. So they're all full, but I'm at an 8, so I'm going to deal with a monster. Let's see what we're dealing with. All right, the monster is going to be a zombie dog. Okay, with the zombie dog sitting right there, we advance time, draw a card. We've got cover of night. Oh, yes, 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 I want that. So we've got I have to get rid of the handgun to have it, and that's okay. So let's see what we're going to deal with. We will discard the last flame arrow to deal 5 damage. That'll be my first action. I didn't pull all my action cards back, but I'll put one there, here, and here. The next action is going to be to scavenge blue. So let's see what we got. Our first blue card, ammunition. Second blue card, fuel. I think we can't keep either one of these. Let's see, 2, 4, 6. Yeah, we can't keep either one of those, so they're both get discarded. Our next action is we're going to play Cover of Night to draw 3 cards from the green and discard one of them. Let's see what it looks like. First card, spare parts. Second card, third card, medical supplies. So the spare parts is getting ditched. And because our hand was full, we've got to ditch the ammunition. So we've got 1 action left. I'm going to use that to eat this food as an action to lower this to 2. So this takes us back down to 6, 5, 4. We're not dying anymore, but that was our Cover of Night play that did that. And that's all of our actions. So no one's in our, and we've got 1 medical supply, 2 antidote. So we just need, I believe what we need now is just 1 more medical supply, and we need the serum from it. So we might as well head back in that direction and scavenge along the way. And I think that'll get us what we need. So this will go up to 5. We'll go ahead and roll and see what we're going to deal with. That is an 11. So 11's full, 11 here. And I think those are all the 11s. Take the time, draw a card, a motorcycle, which is pretty neat. So we've got 2, 4, 6. Yes, that can go into our inventory if we want it. And then we get all of our action tokens back. We're going to up those. I need another Cover of Night card. I really, really do. Okay, so our first action, let's go ahead and eat this food that we got from blue. Take this down to 4 because we need as much as we can get. Our second action is to move into the hospital, which will heal us 1 to 13. We're doing a lot better there. Our third action is to move to the tunnel. And our fourth action is going to be, because the tunnel will take us right here where we want to go. We just have to see about our fourth action is going to be to use our fuel, discard the fuel to refuel the flame arrows. 1, 2, and 3. Back up to full. Oh yes, that's in the FAQ and it is possible. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we have a space left for 1 more, which is great. So we're okay. All right, we're okay. This will tick up. Let's roll our dice and see what we're dealing with. That's a 6. Okay, any 6s in here? Any 6s? This is for all you 6s out there. 6 over at the van, 6 over at the open field, and 6 over here at the city street. Tick the time, draw a card, which is a flame arrow. So that's 2, 4, 6. Yep, we're full up now. And we get our turns back. I am not trying to sneak past this guy. We have to fight him. 3 and 4. So let's go ahead, and the first action is to use the tunnel to get here to draw a card. Let's see what we got. A zombie soldier. All right, so let's deal with that zombie soldier. Okay, so we will remove that token because that's what we're running into. We can't sneak because the scientist is an idiot. And so we have to deal 5 damage. Let's I am wondering if I should move to the gas station. I'm feeling the need. Once that ticks around, everything's going to move up, so I'd rather deal with that many than this. So I'm actually going to spend an action to move to the gas station. I'm going to spend, let's see, that's 8, right? So I'd spend 5 in short range. 5 to do that, to kill you. Cool. Deal 5 damage to target and 3 damage to up to 2 additional targets. We have the crossbow equipped. It says mid-range, so we should be able to burn these out. So nothing has to be at close range. So let's burn these 2 for the other 2, the additional 2 that you get to kill. And that's going to end my turn. Okay, this is going to 6, so I'm going to flip. The 6 taking 2 damage. We need to find food. And that's why we're here at green. Green should be a lot of food. So we've got 1 medical supply, 2 antidotes. We need to deal with that, and we need to deal with whatever's coming. But that is going to be that. Let's go ahead and roll our dice and see what we're dealing with. We rolled a 5. Awesome game. Love you for it. Let's see. That's the one thing I didn't want you to roll. Was a 5. You haven't been rolling a 5 at all this turn, but as soon as I step on it, yeah, all right, fine. All right, let's see what we're dealing with. Oh, of course, it's our buddy and his friends. Awesome. Okay, we're making our way through this monster deck, but so we can do. We'll get this back. We'll be able to kill him and whatever with these flame arrows. So let's go ahead and spend an action to spend this to deal 5 to you and 3 to you. It says up to 2, so boop boop. Okay, so we'll burn those away. Second action, let's burn you away. I don't feel like getting hit. Third action, scavenge, and let's see what we find. Okay, so we've got the medical supplies or... Oh, what a choice. What a choice. What a choice. I need those, but I need this more, so I'm going to take the food. Okay, well, our last action is going to be to eat this food for 3. So that's going to reduce us down to 3, flipping us back over so we're not as hungry anymore. And that's going to end our turn. Okay, so awesome. No enemies in play, so we're going to go to 4 hunger. I wish it was 2. And let's roll and see what we're dealing with. I thought that was going to be another 5, so that's a 7. So this is going to move 1. We're going to draw a card, which is a backpack, which 2, 4, 6, 8. I will be more than happy to discard it. Okay, then we get our actions back. All right. Well, we need to find stuff and we need to deal with what's over there. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move out to the police station. The police station, yes. And then the second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to equip the flame. So I'm going to discard this flame arrow to equip this flame arrow. We give us 3. 1, 2, 3. And then the next thing I'm going to do is scavenge the blue deck for 2 cards. Let's see what we're dealing with. All right, there we go. We got ammo and we've got ammo. I really don't need ammo right now. So one is a fully reload a weapon and the other's add bullets. I think I'm going to keep the fully reload weapon bit. Okay, I've got 1 action left. This is a mid-range burner, but that's okay. I'm going to save it. Why is there 2 here? Oh, because I moved and then I scavenged. Finally, let's... I don't know. I think I don't want to do resourceful, right? Because it's 2, 4, 6. I do have space for 1 more. I'm going to do resourceful. And I'm going to hit my hand on my table, and it's going to hurt really, really, really hard. And I'm going to get back my bear trap, which will go into play immediately, and that will be my action to play resourceful. So my bear trap pops out. That fills up my entire hand, and that is going to end my turn. This will take up to 5. Let's go ahead and see what we're dealing with. That's a 9. That really hurt when I hit my hand. So 9 will go here. 9 will go over here. 9 will go. 9 is the big number. So there we go. 9 everywhere. Okay. We will take the time. Everything's about to move. And then we will draw a card, which is another snare. So that's 2, 4, 6, 7. Yep, that's enough for me to fit that in there. And gain all my time back, or my actions back. And let's go ahead and start our new turn. Well, my first action is going to be, we're going to suffer some damage if we're not careful here. Let me go ahead and just do a scavenge of the blue deck. And let's see what we're going to get. All right, our first blue card is going to be ammo, lots of ammo. Next one's going to be more ammo for fully reload. I can't hold either of these, so they're both going to get discarded. All right, I need to start milling the green deck. It's getting crazy. Let's go ahead and move over to the forest. And we have to draw a zombie card, so let's see what we're dealing with. Zombie dog. Okay, zombie pup. All right, this is the reason why I brought the snare. Yes. Yeah. I think I'm going to use the snare as a free action to kill the zombie pup, and that would have gotten rid of this. And I believe we can spend an action to clear that. Yes, we are. We're going to spend an action to clear A. So let's read what A says when it comes up to it. Okay, so objective A, spend an action to clear this objective and collect the syringe and vials. Attach the zombie horde boss card to the player that cleared it. You scramble to find the needed supplies amongst the piles of rubble. You manage to catch a glimpse of light reflecting off a glass vial and grab the needed materials. You carefully pack them away just as the monsters break into the building and begin shambling their way towards you. Brains. Alright, the zombie horde card here has 16 health. We didn't draw it, it was just attached to us, but when this is shuffled into the deck, that's when it becomes really, really nasty. Alright, with one action left, what I'm going to do is snare. So deal 2 damage to a target and stun that target until the start of the next turn. So snare will deal 2 damage to the zombie horde. Once we beat it, we will collect A, but that is going to stun it for the turn, so it's not going to attack me on this turn. However, I will flip this over, go to 6, and this knocks me down 2 health, taking me to 9 health. Oh boy, this is getting rough. We need to find food or finish this scenario. But that's going to end our turn. This would be on here. We need to start milling some of that. All right, so we rolled an 8. Let's see where 8 leads us on this fun adventure of 8. We'll look to see if there's any more 8s around. You are full, and that's it. So that's it. Clock ticks. They are going to move next round. Oh, thank goodness. Yes. Okay. We'll get all of our action tokens back. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4 as we come here. Okay, so my next turn, so on my turn, you're going to be coming with me, fun people. 1 to move, 2 to move, 3 for survival instincts to knock this down to a 5, which flips us back over, and 4, we're going to snare you again. So 2 more damage, and you can't attack us this round. So you're at 4 damage, and you're stunned. Okay, I'm trying to get as close to here as possible, because I'm really going to try to burn that guy down this round to see if we can make it. All right, you're stunned, you can't attack. We're going to flip the 6, flipping over, taking 2 more damage, going to 7. Yep, this is not looking good. Not looking good at all. All right, so then we will reset and see what we're dealing with. That's a 4, so where are the 4s? 4's full, and I think that's the only... Oh, there's a 4 right there. And there's a 4 right there. So 4s are there. Okay. So that ends that. We will take the time. They're all going to shift up. Up. You can't move up. You all will move up. You can't move up. 2 of you will. You'll move up here. Up. Up. Everybody's moving up. And then we will discard this. Oh boy. Okay, I don't need to be there. All right. So, yeah, this is going to get interesting. Okay. So we'll get all of our actions back because they're all going to be coming right into my face. So 4 actions, okay. So we can do, we're taking some serious hits here. Let's go ahead and spend an action on the flame arrow to deal 5 damage. So 5 damage, that puts you at 9. And 3 more damage to 2 others, which will clear these 2, because the mid-range fire. So that puts us as 3, 6, 9. Let's do it again. So that will put 5 damage on you. So that's here. So that's 3, 6, 9, 12, 14, 15. Oh, come on, game. And 1 there. I'm gonna scavenge. I'm gonna scavenge is what I'm gonna do. And see what's gonna happen next, because this is gonna be bad. Please give us some food. Yes! Oh, I can take the hit. I can take the 4 hit. And a backpack. We're taking this food. Oh yes, we are doing that. So let's get back up. Okay, so we're gonna take 4 damage no matter what. If we eat the food, we'll lower it, but we'll take 4 damage, or we let that hit us and we'll take 4. Let's go ahead and clear this bad boy off. So we're going to use the last flame arrow. Actually, no, we're not. We're going to save the flame arrow. We're going to use the machete because we just needed 1 more to kill. We have gotten objective A. The zombie horde is dead and gone. It is no longer a problem for us. And that was our last action. Okay, we're going to take 4 damage going down to 3 health. Whew. Okay, then we will see how this turn ends. And oh boy, that's a 3-fer. Okay, so we got a 3 here. We got a 3 at the hospital. All right, so we're going to have to take the tunnel back over to the 3. And I think those are all. Nope, there's a 3 down there at the farm. That's here. Okay, cool. Take the time, draw a card. We've got a bear trap. Okay. First thing we're gonna do as we get our actions back, the first thing we're going to do, my good person, is we're gonna eat this food to reduce our hunger by 4. So this is gonna take it down to 2, flip us back. No more damage right now. Second action is we are going to, oh boy, we are going to move down here. Third action, we're going to do this. All right. Let's see what we got. Okay, our first card is ammunition, and our second card is fuel. I don't want any of those, so that's gone. Or better yet, I'll say I'll take the fuel but not equip it. So, actually, no, I will equip it, because that'll be 2, 4, 6, 7. Yes, I will equip it. Yes, I will, because I can refuel the flame arrows with it. And final one, my final action is, oh boy, my final action is to sit and cry. Is to sit and cry a lot. I don't know what to do for my final action. Just whimper? Boy. Okay, so my final action, let me use the flame arrow. Clear these 2. And that'll be it. We're done. Okay, so we're done. Hunger goes to 3. Oh, we're gonna get a lot of. We're gonna try to find all the food we can here, but let's see what comes up. We've got a 7. Nothing really happens, so this will move 1. Draw a card, which is camouflage. That can go into our hands. We'll do this, 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 and there should be 1 more on flame arrows. Okay, cool. So we zombied the zombie horde. Let us go ahead and do this to see what we're going to find. If we can find enough food, we should be able to get what we need. Oh, yes, abundant food, keeper. All right, so abundant food's going in our hand. We're going to ditch camouflage to get it into our hand. So that is pretty good. Our next action is going to be to eat this abundant food right away. I want to get back to 1 so that I can run. My next action is going to be to move to the gas station. And my final action is going to be to dive into the gas station scene for those medical supplies. All right, our first card, empty-handed. Our second card, fuel. So we'll just keep the empty-handed, put the fuel at the bottom of the deck. With empty-handed, you discard that card, and that is the end of our actions. We'll take up to 2. Okay, and then we're gonna roll because I'm headed back to the hospital now, and we're gonna see if we could find some of those supplies. So that's another 8. 8's over here. And we have another, where we're looking at for an 8 over here in the forest, and an 8 here in the field. And take the time, draw our last card, which is a motorcycle. We can, if we wanted to, get back these 4, and then let's get this party started. So first action, we're going to move to the tunnel. Second action, we're going to use the tunnel to travel here. Third action, we're going to fully refuel the lovely mid-range killer. So let's fully refuel that. And then fourth action, we're actually going to use the crossbow fire shot, kill this guy, and that'll be that. Okay, so that will end our turn. Okay, cool. We're okay. Hunger ticks up to 3. Let's roll and see what we got. We got a 12. Ooh, big 12. I don't think there's any 12s on the board, so we're okay. Time ticks. We would draw a card when we can't. We just reshuffle our deck and redraw to see what we'll pull. Ooh, oh my gosh. And just messing all that up. So let's reshuffle that. And then we draw camouflage, which I can't, so I'll discard it. And we get all of our actions back. Oh, we're so close. All we need to find, because as soon as we get here, there is the next objective, which is here. So as soon as we get there with 1 more medical supply, we win. We will die otherwise. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to spend an action to move here. When we do, we heal up 1. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to scavenge these 2 to see what we're going to find. First card is, oh, we have to take that one. And the second card was an antidote. All right, so we drew an ambush. Let's deal with what we got to deal with the ambush and see what we're fighting. All right, our ambush is going to be a zombie spitter. Fun times. Okay, so our ambush is a zombie spitter that we're going to have to deal with. Well, 2 machetes should take care of that problem. And we end our turn there. So we regain 2 more health, going up to 6. Feeling a little bit better about ourselves. No zombies to attack us. So we're going to go to 4. Then let's see what we're going to deal with. So let's see what we're looking at. We are going to roll a 2. Any 2s out there? Yep, we got a 2 right there. Any other 2s? No other 2s. So we will gain back these. We will gain back these 2. And then we'll draw a card, which is camouflage, which we can't keep, so we'll discard. So finally, our first action is going to be to scavenge this. So we'll take 2 cards from red and see what we find. All right, our first card is going to be fuel, and our second card is going to be, yes, there it is. We did it. We did it. Awesome. Okay, with 2 medical supplies, 2 antidotes, and the serum in hand, and no one there, we're going to spend our next action to let the scientists go in, and victorious is ours. So let's take a look at the conclusion. The scientist finishes mixing the concoctions, labeling his vials with his medical supplies, his antidotes, the syringes, and the vials. He seems confident they will work, but there is only one way to be sure, and that's by testing it on one of those monsters out there. With a glimmer of hope in your eyes, you all decided it is best to head out of the city to a more remote area where you can test the serum on a controlled population. You can only hope that this serum will work. Dun, dun, dun. So we'll see what happens next in the next episode. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. I know I changed up some things, but to me, if you have a token, if you're playing solo, mid-range and long-range mean nothing. So I would be super curious as to how that intent was. So to me, using mid-range abilities and long-range abilities, just take out the tokens that are on there, so you're just kind of sniping them from far. However, I'm going to read through and look through BGG, and if that's different, I'll augment the rules going forward. But yeah, we're hoping it'll be a good time. I hope you're enjoying this playthrough. If you see any issues, or if I find any in editing, I'll post them in the Klingon subtitles, so check that out below. Or you let me know in the comment section below as well. But so far, this is still a fun game. I'm still enjoying it. So thank you, everybody. I love you, and there's absolutely nothing you could do about it.